Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season is underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, 57, caller, 57, first nine.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Kelce, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Throwing now is Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Let's go.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Topper! Hey, Charlie!
After the turnover, here's Locke. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, 83 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And a first down, Chiefs.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now it's Mahomes again. Got his man. That's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. 53. They go play fake. Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Yellow. 180. 57.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Get in the right room. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Let's go. Under 10, 10. Let's go.
They fake the handoff, now lock. Sanders has it over the middle. Past the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A huge play there for Denver. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Coaching spill.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Score. Get it.
They run the counter. Freeman. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
On the ready. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Man, I got you. Hey, exit. 59.
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
For the field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner, except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
1st down, Chiefs.
Quarterback Patrick Mahomes has some fond memories of playing here in Denver. In fact, one of his earliest NFL memories came here in the Mile High City. That was back in the final week of the 2017 season while Alex Smith was resting up for the playoffs. And we got a glimpse of what the young Mahomes could do. He threw for 284 yards in a 27-24 Chiefs victory. That, of course, was the first start of the career for Patrick Mahomes. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes to throw once more. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Get it, boy.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Butker's kick here is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, "Oh no, I'm keeping my job." But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bash.
Super toe.
The 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Big grip.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Look at me. Door. Look. Squeeze. Hey, turn it up.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall, Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Ready.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
61. Matchbox lights. Check. Roll out. Undercrunch. Pick the edge. Hey, lock it.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Down. 18 Gator.
I got you.
On 3rd down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
We got this.
Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Ready.
Let's go.
6-6. Pull it high.
53. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going.
Hey, dude.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Check. Go.
To throw it is Locke. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there.
70,
nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Rush in.
5.
Now Scarborough. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
To throw on third down. Locke looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Mahomes to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
And it's third down.
Yellow.
Number 53. Line 53. This is
Yellow.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. That's a 49-yard punt, 8th, though, on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Block now. Closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. This is Scarborough. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Hitchens, second in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Defense.
Lock to throw on second down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Mahomes now to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Off the draw, here's Williams. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
And it's third down.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Looking for Sanders here on the... He's got a man complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. It's our time. It's our time.
80 weapon.
Slam, slam, slam.
Block now on first down. Forced out to his left. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Pilot, 64, weak.
Let's go.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
He's coming. Double up.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by McManus is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
They run. This is Scarborough. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll put it in the hands of their receiver, Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Got it.
59. Mike's 59. Hey, defense.
22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
No.
Five. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this one's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Watch the eye. Mike, check. 59. 3 buzz.
Topper. Check. Deep grip.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to them.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Sewer Cravens able to drop him for a loss of a couple. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Just like that.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Sewer Cravens with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Come on, guys. We got this.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. flushed out right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Mahomes now on first down. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead.
Chiefs 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Block now to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
You ain't doing nothing today. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 81 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chiefs 17.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Ready. 10-2, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. Hey, Sam off. 2.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Chiefs 17.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Slam.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Calling an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Bo Scarborough, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. It's Scarborough again. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 20! And all the way home for a Broncos score. Bo Scarborough with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year, he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. 2nd and 5 now. Mahomes over the middle. He's got Watkins. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 35.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll start things on 1st down with Bo Scarborough. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Blue draw quarter. Look, squeeze.
They try again with Scarborough. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
On the set.
53, check 53. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the